He really struck a chord when she was probably a minor. In this video, I'm going to explore how harshly patriarchy and society in general judges women and how women are barely given an inch of the privilege that men get. This time, we're going all the way to South Korea for this discussion. So I don't know if you've heard, but popular South Korean actor Kim Soo Hyun, you may know him from movies like Queen of Tears, The Moon Embracing the Sun, etc., who has a seemingly innocent face, has been revealed to be an egotistical, misogynistic, younger women fetishizer. He's been caught on camera saying some very questionable things about literal kids. We'll get to that in the video. Okay, now, for the backstory. Kim Soo Hyun, who is the most highly paid actor in South Korea, was allegedly dating Kim Sae Ron, a popular South Korean child actress, when she was just 15. Yes, you heard that right. 15. Kim Sae Ron unalived herself on 16th February, may God rest her soul, of this year. Before Kim Sae Ron unalived herself, she was facing a lot of scrutiny and backlash from the Korean society. Why? Because she was engaged in a drunk driving accident in 2022, around the time she was filming the Netflix movie The Bloodhounds. She crashed into several public structures, including a transformer, guardrails, and street trees. This caused power outages in several shops. Though Kim Sae Ron apologized and paid remunerations, her career never recovered. If you're not familiar with the South Korean culture, it will surprise you to know that scandals, no matter how small, are taken very seriously in Korea. The least thing can harm your reputation and throw you out of a promising career. And that is exactly what happened to Kim Sae Ron. It's very heartbreaking how a silly incident like a DUI can completely ruin such a talented woman's career. This woman was harassed by reporters, called all sorts of names over what? A transformer, some guardrails, and some trees. Trees, you guys, trees. Lord. So Kim Sae Ron tried to make a comeback several times and was rejected by everybody. She worked menial jobs to make money and pay back all her damages, but due to the pressure, she finally took her own life. This is where the whole Kim Soo Hyun debacle comes in. Now, it has come to light that Kim Soo Hyun had a lot to do with the pressure she faced leading up to her death. May God rest her soul. I did mention earlier that she paid remunerations, but technically, the money was from the agency that she belonged to, and that agency gold medalist belonged to Kim Soo Hyun. Keep up with me. Apparently, he made her pay the money and ignored her when she begged him to give her more time, which is fine because if you owe somebody money, you should pay back, right? But this is where it gets really interesting. I'ma need you to listen very carefully. What's so interesting is that he allegedly dated her when she was 16, a minor. Remember those questionable things I said he said about minors?
41살에 21살
애기로 봤었나봐요. 말도 안 되게. 아, 그리고 실제로 이렇게 보니까 너무너무 카리스마가 있을 정도로 사람들이 제압할 수 있을 정도로 당돌하기도 하고 그만큼 청량하기도 하고 그리고 성숙된 모습이 궁금한 친구고 좀 있으면 이제 또 어떻게 상대로도 만나볼 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Well, Kim Sae Ron was not the only one that he was fishing for. He was trying to strike a chord with all the K-drama minors. When Kim Soo Hyun started his new agency, Gold Medalist, Kim Sae Ron left her then company YG, which is in charge of Blackpink. I don't know if you know Blackpink, and joined his new company, Gold Medalist. During that period, she worked for him for free by training other actors, giving lessons, basically helping him to build the company from scratch. Then, when she had the DUI case, his company paid for the charges, and initially, the company made it publicly known that they were covering the costs that occurred during the DUI incident for free. These sneaky bastards went behind Kim Sae Ron and the public's back and slapped her with the charges, meaning they asked her to repay the money back. The money was 700 million won, which amounts to a whopping 492,568.71 USD. That amount was insane for an actress who just lost everything, whose money was being squandered by her family, and who now worked as a cafe manager under a different name. They asked her to pay all this amount back, almost $500,000 back in a year. In a freaking year. Where the hell was she supposed to get that kind of money from? That was the most cruel thing I've ever heard, especially for someone you groomed, Mr. Kim Soo Hyun. What the hell? If I was Kim Sae Ron, I would have told him, no, I'm not paying you shit. I ain't paying you shit. That's on period. Kim Sae Ron was planning to start her own coffee shop, secure some shows, and make a comeback. So she begged him for time. Just time, Mr. Kim Soo Hyun. It's not like you need the money now. You are a freaking millionaire. You make like what, $70 million a year. What's $500,000 to you? It's nothing. It's chicken change to you at that kind of net worth, right? And this was the alleged text that she sent him. Oppa, this is Sae Ron. I got a legal notice. Are you really suing me? You said you'd give me enough time, so I've been working hard to make a comeback. I was planning to pay back little by little with every project. It's not that I won't pay. I just can't come up with 700 million won all at once. It's not that I refuse to. I literally can't. Does it really have to go to court? Please, just give me some time. I'm begging you. Let me live. Oh my god, this message is so heartbreaking. The last sentence, let me live. Oh my god, I'm putting myself in her shoes and I cannot imagine the emotional turmoil that she was going through. Oh my god, justice for Kim Sae Ron. Guess what happened? The A minor ignored her completely. So Kim Sae Ron did something. She posted a picture of her and A minor together from back when they were together, and guess what? She received a lot of backlash. Some accusing her of trying to revive her dead career using a famous actor, some accusing her of trying to make him go down, ruin his career, etc. So Kim Sae Ron took down the picture immediately. And what makes this even worse is that her own family used her as a money machine. Since she was a child actress, she started making money at a very young age and had been her family's cash cow since then. They spent all her money and invested it into businesses that went nowhere. Nobody tried to help her pay back the debt. She must have felt so lonely. Like, I literally cried so hard for her, and she tried several times to come clean about her relationship with Kim Soo Hyun, but because for somebody that has been groomed since she was 15, this must have been so hard for her to do. So Kim Soo Hyun hid every single thing that had happened between her and A minor. She hid it. She kept it under wraps, and we are now literally hearing about it. I saw this comment on Reddit. I don't think people have realized this yet, but he broke up with her in 2021 before her DUI incident. She was still under his agency, but they were no longer together. It was one of the main reasons she seemed to have turned to drinking to cope, leading to her DUI incident. She turned 21 in 2021. She would have been 20 to 21 when the breakup happened. Age of maturity in Korea is 20. So if you look at that objectively, he pretty much broke up with her when she became an adult. That is disgusting. Additionally, he's not even just a grown-up man dating a literal child. He was pretty much her boss too. There have already been mentions of her not being paid while helping him and his cousin set up his own agency. Why the hell not? It's not like he lacked money. The power dynamic between a senior actor and a junior child actress, plus him being the owner of her agency while she's a budding actress, just adds so much to the narrative. Even if she wanted to leave the agency or the relationship at any point, something she couldn't have, which also likely gave the agency leeway to mistreat her any way they saw fit. Think about it. She had all these photographs documenting their relationship, his letters, and probably videos too. She had the whole family as witnesses, but she couldn't speak up against him. Not only is he such an influential actor, but he was also a very influential individual in her life. Poor girl, she must have been in so much pain. Literally, you guys, literally. And more allegations about this man keep coming up. And here's another comment that says, fresh waves of allegations that his company, gold medalist, routinely makes the young artists signed under the label wine and dine with producers and directors and other persons of influence. It's giving, I don't know, like escort. Oh my god, it's literally giving Diddy. Oh my god. It's literally K Diddy, K Drake wrapped up in one. They allegedly made Kim Sae Ron do this and was sabotaging her return, so she had no other financial means to repay her debt than acquiesce to their demands. They instigated the media to run reports triggering massive cyberbullying against her when she was doing odd jobs such as working at a cafe to further isolate her. They also did not work out a reasonable payment plan. They were ambiguous, and then in 2024, out of the blue, sent her a legal notice demanding immediate repayment. This notice was sent by a major law firm in South Korea that was also involved in the South Korean president impeachment, and it was signed by 3 heavyweight lawyers. Her mother said Kim Sae Ron broke down when she received it. That's when she tried contacting him to ask to work out a payment plan, aka the text I read before. Instead, he ghosted her and gave her contact to the media. Financial and mental abuse orchestrated by the company, which forced her to take her life. This man belongs in jail. And this is a response that says exactly, this man needs to be in jail because he's a groomer. And I feel so bad since people are still supporting him and trying to shut those who are against him. If all these allegations against Kim Soo Hyun are true, he is an Isekia Chincha. For all my K-drama girlies at the back, he is a grade A-hole. And what hurts my soul are the people that are defending this behavior with the silliest of excuses one could possibly conjure. Under this woman's post, there is this ridiculous comment. Oh my god, that gave me a freaking headache. And it's interesting that these defenses are coming from women, the very women that are facing the same challenges that women like you and me face. Society is so unfair to women, and I just want to highlight some points from the perspective of women and what women go through. So number 1, Korean society treated Kim Sae Ron horribly. Korean society is sexist in general, and this is obviously why such a sexist nation birthed a powerful women's movement like the 4B movement. They treated Kim Sae Ron like a criminal for destroying some trees. Like, how crazy is that? Plus, she paid for the damages and apologized profusely, but she was still cancelled and her career was completely ruined. This is nuts to me, like nuts. Why does such a thing even exist? Apart from Kim Soo Hyun, the society is like 70% responsible for what happened to her. The toxic, chronically online fans disgust me so much. Kim Sae Ron did not have to face all this shit. Korean cancel culture is so toxic. This reminds me of this famous actress called Song Hye-kyo, who received a lot of backlash because her equally famous husband Son Joong-ki divorced her. Literally, that was her offense. Her offense was that she was divorced. by a man. He didn't even tell her he was divorcing her. That's the funniest part. She was out of town and found out about her own divorce through the news. Now, here's the gag. She received backlash for not being a good wife. She got dogged out and was almost cancelled because she was dumped. And he didn't even say anything to stop the public from coming for her and calling her all sorts of names. The rampant sexism in Korean society makes me so sad. Number 2, if Kim Soo Hyun actually dated Kim Sae Ron, she was groomed. This is a case of grooming, and that makes it so much harder. Not only was she a cash machine at a young age, the rest of her childhood was snatched from her by this weirdo. This is why men say catch them young and they shall be yours forever, because men want control, not partners. Most men can handle women who are as successful as them, or who are as old as them, or even as confident as they are, because they want women to control. When men say they want submission, they mean they're looking for a woman who is dumb enough to tolerate their BS and not say a single word. Because if we were in a perfect world, this shit wouldn't have happened. This is why women empowerment movements like the 4B movement exist, and why channels like mine exist. Women need to take their power back now more than ever. Kim Sae Ron deserved better. Number 3, Kim Sae Ron's family failed her tremendously. She grew up poor, and her acting was the ticket to getting her family out of poverty. I want to say something. I don't mean to sound harsh, but I really think people should have kids only when they are financially, emotionally, and mentally stable, because the truth is, poverty can be damning for children. And this is why I support child-free women. Not everybody deserves kids, because not everybody knows how to raise them. Her family failed her big time. Number 4, I also want to say, just because a man is rich and a bit handsome doesn't mean you just date him blindly. For the girls out there who want to date, right? If you're going out to date a man, you need to look at his character. You need to toss out the desperation. Number 5, I want every woman out there to work on yourself, because Kim Sae Ron would have been better off, or probably alive, if she hadn't dated this man. And that's a fact, because he not only groomed her, he gave her number to reporters so they could attack her. He made sure she was properly isolated and alone. He sent a debt that he promised he wouldn't make her pay. He made her work for free to build up his company. He refused to listen to her when she asked for an extension when she was broke. He promised to marry her but broke up with her, and it's alleged that the breakup might have been the reason for the drunk driving. I don't like to make speculations. I'm going to add the caveat that if all these things that have come out about him are true, because he denied them, he is really an a-hole. Kim Sae Ron deserved better. Justice for Kim Sae Ron.
We need some justice. My life is fine justice, and I wanna ring bells in public. No town crowd, but I add the flame to the fire. I add the flame to the fire. I add the flame to the fire. Just add my name to the flag.